Yo, what up? Good morning, GM. Friday. Woo, Friday. Farcoin Friday? Yeah, it's still Farcoin Friday. Always is. If you're not full posting your bags at the lows, you don't deserve them at the highs. August 1st, new month, baby. 2025. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. Another beautiful month to have a beautiful month. Tyler, Mando, good morning. How you guys doing today?
Amazing. Life is great.
You know, I have to say, if I was in Montreal and my bags were down so much, I'd be fucking depressed. Something about just always feeling amazing. You know, something about always being amazing. You know, it's a nice one. You know, work out in the morning, get it going.
When your average Uber costs you €3, life becomes a bit more serious.
When an hour with the trainer costs you $40 instead of $120.
Oh, we've lost him.
Lost me?
No,
we lost Mando. We did lose Mando though. Mando's frozen. Oh, you're back. He's back. No, we didn't lose me. I think we lost you for a minute. But anyways, here we are, Tyler. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. I guess it's going to be a touch grass weekend. So enjoy summer here, folks. A little bit of red on the board this morning. Can't dance around it, but also a ton of news. So there's a lot going on.
Little bit of red. We did get that crazy Project Crypto yesterday. I was like, damn, we're gonna rip and stuff, and then we went the other way. But I'm sure we're gonna talk about quickly, Tyler. You know, Mando, yesterday we were talking about Middle America, etc., how REKT holders, you know, etc. And then Tyler came and said, "No, I'm from Chicago." You know, he's like, I'm from Shy City. I'm from Chirac. We do things differently over here. And he's right. I fell on this video from Fox. So there's this new club that Tyler may be joining this weekend. It's called the Scream Club. Chicagoans are discovering a unique way to relieve stress by gathering on Sunday evenings to scream into Lake Michigan. I don't know if you've seen this. You see what they're doing out there in Chicago. They go scream at Lake Michigan. So Tyler, maybe to relieve some of that dip this weekend, you can go and join that club.
Yeah, you'll know where to find me on Sunday evening with my fellow screamers.
With fellow screamers.
And just incredible. This is incredible memes happening with this group of people. My favorite is the young guy closest to the camera there. Who's like clearly there just to like hang out with the screaming chicks. And
yeah.
Like looking at the camera. It's
you know the one guy that joins our run club?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, that's what they do, man. Though I don't know if you caught that, but on the weekend in Chicago now, they go scream at Lake Michigan.
Seems like a lovely place to live.
Yeah, you know. So it's great. I mean, this one guy is having the time of his life. So, anyways, I just saw it's funny. Tyler was talking about Chicago yesterday, and like this was on my timeline, like same day. I thought it was hilarious. Clearly, the overlords are listening to us. Anyways, on the show, markets. A sea of red, maybe a little bounce morning, we'll see, but definitely a lot of red on the timeline yesterday amidst a bunch of positive news, which also cover with Tyler, Farcoin Friday, so Coinbase Friday. Lucky person here is not only going to come and win $500 right off the bat, but is also going to get to race on Coinbase on YEET.com. So make sure you sign up, YEET.com, use the code FOMOHOUR to be eligible to win every single day. And there's a winner every single day on the show that watches us on Kick, Degenz Live. So that's awesome. And then last but not least, this show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next, but also Kraken Pro. We love Kraken. With Kraken Pro, you get full control over your layout, drag and drop any module, customize it all. It's clean, it's smooth, and built for real traders. If you trade crypto, check out pro.kraken.com. Trade without trade-offs. Mando, let's see what you got for us today.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. So yeah, we have had a little bit of red. It's volatile. I mean, it's nothing crazy. Bitcoin's at 115. ETH down to just above 2,600.
3,600.
3,600. Sorry, yeah, like I mean, we're down like, at least on majors, we're down a little bit. Obviously, if you're in altcoins or largely in altcoins, I think it's a bit more like 5 to 20%, let's say. It's just a continuation, I think, of what we were talking about yesterday. So ETH and Bitcoin are performing and everything else is not having as good a day. In terms of what maybe set this off, it's a few different things, I would say. So we had Trump, two main things from him, more tariffs seemingly on a range of different countries, and then him again calling for the Fed basically overthrow Jerome Powell this morning, which I didn't think was a great headline. So a little bit of weakness there. We also then had a slightly weak jobs figure, or very weak jobs figure, and downward revisions for the last couple of months. So not a great look there on the job side. Probably does point to a higher chance of rate cuts this in September, which I think people were maybe calling for. So I don't think it's all bad, but it maybe spooked a little bit of the market. And then I would say some mixed crypto earnings. You had Coinbase came out with earnings, which slightly disappointed. MicroStrategy came out with earnings. And although they were strong in terms of the profit side, the stock still dropped. Still a little bit of worrying about their financing costs there. And then you had some broader like tech earnings, which by and whole were okay. Like it felt as though Apple crushed earnings, for example, and the Magnificent Seven have generally beat earnings throughout the board, apart from like Tesla. So I don't think this has been it's really that bad. We've had now 4 days of stocks being lower after like a very, very strong run. So I think this feels like a bit more of a retracement correction rather than anything that significant. I would be
oh wow, that's a big difference from yesterday, actually.
Huge jump.
Well,
yeah,
it was like 50-50 yesterday on the show.
It went down to 37%.
Oh, it was a 37 week of September. Wow,
Yeah, it was a big underdog.
That's a big jump.
Big jump. So I think we're going to get so I think that's going to be the prevailing thoughts here going into next month now, that we're going to get a rate cut just based on stuff like that. And let's see what happens. There's been a lot of talk about like, oh my God, this is the cycle top. Oh my God, it's over. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Like, this doesn't feel like the world is ending here for me. Feels just like people have probably lost money in altcoins and are calling for like the end of the cycle here. I saw some talk of a quadruple top in ETH, which I'm just like,
this is Novo quote tweeted it, right?
Yeah, but it was being spoken about yesterday as well, and I was like, what the fuck is a quadruple top?
I've been trading a long time and haven't heard the quadruple top formation is bearish. Usually we correct some and then take out. What the fuck is a quadruple top? Like we should even ask our AI overlord if the AI overlord ever heard of this thing, Mando, because that's ridiculous.
That's it for Ethereum. The quadruple top is in. See you next bull market was the tweet. What the fuck is a quadruple top?
Okay.
I think so. We've seen since April, we have seen ETH dominance go from 7% to 12%. We've seen Bitcoin dominance since April broadly stay around 62%. So, and the market's gone higher. So I think what we've just seen is those two have been strong, and ETH rallying is actually potentially, at least recently, has taken some value away from other altcoins rather than like prop them up. And people are, people are calling for like a broad-based altcoin season again. And I think that's what we haven't seen. I think that's what's caught people off guard. Now there's a lot of like, oh my God, it's over talk. And it doesn't look like that at all to me. So.
Okay. Well, the overlord, I convinced it to give us a price by the end of August, is calling for 41.50 Ethereum. Yeah. There you go.
That was 31st. All right.
Yeah. I'm giving it, I'm making ChatGPT, give us a prediction. Strong institutional tailwind. ETH BTC ratio improving, technical setup, and some risk caveats, of course, that they love to give us. So there you go, Mando. We managed to build a bull case around ETH using ChatGPT. 4150, not bad. Quadruple top, that's hilarious. How are you feeling about the market for the month of August? I guess, Mando, may as well go there because the month just started. Usually, you know how people love that chart of like the historical patterns month to month. And historically, August is pretty shit. Is this time different?
I'm not a big believer in looking back at monthlies. I would say as a trader, I believe in volatility rather than performance. And I've generally found that Septembers as a trader are always pretty volatile. So I would expect some volatility next month, but I don't know if it like guarantees bad performance. Like remember everyone was like, September's terrible for crypto. And then last September, we just like roofed.
Well, also like February is perfect. And then February, we dumped like crazy.
Right. So like, I just think that's not a great lens with which to view anything. So what I do think now is we're probably set up for whatever everyone was worried about yesterday as just reversed and then some. And which is like, we will get rate cuts and probably a more dovish perspective here from the Fed. And I just think we're getting a bit of a retracement on what has been a very stellar performance here from stocks. And there's not really much to that other than because the earnings were they just absolutely crushed and gave very good guidance. Like it wasn't like you're sitting there going, this was a terrible earnings season. It wasn't. It was a good one. Yeah, I'm not worried about this.
All right. Love to see that.
Yeah, I think those are the two big ones. I feel like we got to let this new tariff round kind of play out a little bit. And I think maybe we're a little bit closer to these rates actually going into execution and what's that all going to mean. I think Mando nailed it. Stocks were at an all-time high. So dipping a couple percent isn't really raising many alarm bells. Bitcoin's down 0.2% on the week. And it feels like the sky's falling on CT, which is always how it goes. The rate cuts is very interesting. My read yesterday that we were starting to sell off as people were starting to price in or like take out pricing in that we were going to get a rate cut in September. And now it's a heavy favorite. And as for Trump going after Powell, I mean, can we just talk about this jobs data? Like I know there are typically revisions. It was off by 90%. Like, is this the data that's been guiding the Fed in deciding whether or not they're going to be cutting rates on a month-to-month basis? Because it's just total hogwash.
Can I ask how we get to a mistake like that? Like, I'm not an expert by all means at all. I don't even understand what you guys are talking about half the time with this. But how is this revised and how is this so bad post FOMC that he could have potentially made a different decision based on this data that if it had been right?
I don't think this is the only data that gets through, and the Fed probably has already seen this data. Just to be 100% clear, like, but and I think revisions are pretty are often like during Biden they were very popular as well. If you remember, they would often do exactly the same thing, and everyone would call out them for doing that, for like announcing one figure, and then 3 months later they're like, oh, actually, it was way lower. I don't know. Jobs figures, economic data in general, I just think is like pretty terrible. I don't know how any of these people like actually make good calls on jobs and inflation with the quality of the data they use to make the decisions. But I agree with you, Tyler. Like, it doesn't exactly give you a lot of confidence in what they're doing. It feels like it's just like finger in the air feeling with such massive variation in revisions.
Yeah. And then we got the incredibly bullish Project Crypto News, which I'm sure we'll get into here in a minute, but that's also a multi-year thing, right? So
let's get to it right now.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour calls the kids can't miss.
Ready to bash some barriers. Yeah, folks, crypto majors red on the day on the back of this tariff news from Trump. Bitcoin down 2%, 115,400. So it is rebounding a bit. I think we saw 114 flat here just an hour ago or so. ETH down 4%, 36.30. Solana down 5%, 168. Coinstock fell 9% after hours yesterday after the company missed Q2 earnings. They did announce that they will be leaning more into this everything app idea, tokenized stocks, prediction markets, and more. So that was a big announcement from them. Tether reported Q2 profits of $4.9 billion and $127 billion in U.S. Treasury holdings. They're one of the biggest holders in the world. Ethereum celebrated its 10th birthday, shared plans for the next 10 years, including 10K TPS goal and quantum resistance. So that'll be big for ETH. Visa announced adding stablecoin support USDG and PayPal's PYUSD. In corporate treasury news, Sailor, they announced $10 billion in profits in Q2. I think that mostly tied to a new accounting rule. Also announced $4.2 billion strike offering. And then arguably the biggest announcement, new MNAV limits. They're not going to be selling any MicroStrategy stock below a 2.5x ratio of MNAV. So that was a big one. We need to unpack that a bit. The Ether machine bought another 15,000 ETH. If you've looked at that board, they are now the number 3 holder of ETH in the world. They have $1.2 billion. And they weren't even on our list a month ago.
Who are they? I saw that and I'm like, who are these guys? Is that just another vehicle, or is it like someone? Is it backed by somebody?
I have to go back through the release. I think this one did have a big name tied to it.
Yeah.
But I'm not recalling off the top of my head. So we'll have to dig into that one.
Handsome?
People tweeting that Ansem's in prison right now.
Yeah. Although he's chatting in the other chat.
Oh, okay. All right. So it looks like he might be freed.
Don't worry. Ansem has been freed.
Free Ansem.
Free Ansem.
Free Ansem.
I'll finish this out, then we'll get into some of this.
Better odds under the ref link. Better odds under the ref link again.
Anyways, yeah, I was like, no, Ansem's not in prison. He's just in Ibiza. And when you're in Ibiza, you don't talk to the outside world. That's just how it is. Anyways, go on, Tyler.
I mean, that was actually mostly it. Meme Land rolled out their new Moon at Meme Launchpad. A little bit different model. Going to be curated drops from the team. No dev rug risk. Jugs was the top mover on the day. It hit to 10 million. I think it's closer to 4 million now. Memes are broadly selling off. Stable raised $28 million in the seed round to build out its stablecoin focused L1. And then Meteora, if you're a Meteora user, go check their points checker. Perhaps airdrop coming soon. And that was the roundup.
Well, there you go. A lot to talk about. Let's go into this Project Crypto because that is arguably one of the biggest news ever.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to cryptocurrency and governments and stuff like that by far. So give us the TLDR here because there was a lot. I think Hasib did a good roundup as well, but a lot going on there.
Yeah, SEC Chair Paul Atkins unveiled Project Crypto in a speech yesterday. Bombshell surprise announcement. I don't think anyone saw this coming. The SEC effectively wants to bring all financial markets on chain. They want to modernize the rules and frameworks to make that happen and then provide clear rules and regulations for builders to go to market more confidently. Some of the key shifts in this new policy, most digital assets are not going to be securities. They're going to issue clear classification guidelines for what's a security, what's commodity versus a stable coin, and how it will each be handled. They're going to have new tailored disclosure requirements and safe harbors for things like airdrops and ICOs, plans to enable and update self-custody frameworks, enabling tokenized securities and DeFi operations, making sure that on-chain software, crypto software has a home in U.S. markets, even clearing out innovation exemptions for builders to go to market more quickly, even before these frameworks are put in place. So I thought that was actually one of the biggest aspects of this. I think reactions across crypto Twitter and just the broader world where this is very, very bullish. I think Jason Yanowitz from Blockworks said we are now effectively in era 3 of crypto. People will kind of put this as a dividing line in the sand. And it actually just feels like we are at a polar opposite place from where we were under the Biden administration and Operation Choke Point. And now this is total embrace of crypto. And there are going to be rules, there are going to be frameworks, right? There's going to be things that you can and can't do, but it feels like the future of crypto in the United States has never been brighter.
Yeah, I mean, guys, this is some crazy headlines that we got yesterday. Who would have thought? The SEC headlines that we were getting just a year ago was SEC's, suing Kraken as he's suing Coinbase, as he's suing this company, that company, Cyberconks. Like, you know, it was like nonstop, and now it's like we're getting some relief here. I think people got a little bit bearish that prices didn't react to the upwards on the back of that, but I don't know if was that supposed to happen? I don't know.
I mean, this is something that's going to take years to put into place, right? So like, I'm not sure why price action would budge on a super near-term basis, but I do think, like, let's play out who are some of the winners. I do think it makes it a little bit easier to invest in crypto if you've been on the fence, right? I think this is a pretty big sign of approval from the U.S. I think it's a win for builders. I remember, and from what I understood, even as soon as a year ago, there was just a lot of trepidation and folks just not wanting to risk investing in crypto startups, building them in the United States, with just how unclear it was and just how the Biden administration was on attack. So it feels like that is now, U.S. is open for business effectively. I think that's a big win. I think it's a big win for Bitcoin as a store of value and the number one asset. And then Ethereum, I think, is arguably maybe one of the bigger secondary effect winners. So I think a big part of this is bringing all the financial markets on chain. So this is tokenized stocks, tokenized private credit, all of that. So you start playing this out. Which chain is that going to happen on? Are the banks going to build up private chains? Are they going to build on top of Ethereum? I think there's a lot of folks out there who think it will be on Ethereum, and Ethereum will be a big winner here. Certainly Joe Lubin, the consensus team, are out spreading that gospel and trying to have conversations with a lot of these companies and push ETH, and it's the EVM broader chain. So I think that's likely going to be a winner here too. A lot to unpack from this, certainly.
All right. Wow. This all looks very exciting. I like the part about VPNs in America. This is
make airdrops American again.
Yeah, make airdrops American again. Let Americans fucking eat, bro. Like, you know, I mean, though, you know, the fact that they couldn't get into pump maybe was a blessing in disguise for that one. After 48 hours, that is. But I think even from a prediction market standpoint and everything, I was like, dude, finally, like, if we can stop, like, it's so stupid to have to geo-block the USA. It's just, anyways.
I mean, VPN is a huge blocker. Just like a lot of folks won't even do it on mobile. Mobile is where a lot of folks use their apps. And then B, there are folks who just won't, by principle, use it, right? So like it's a massive hurdle. And it seems like that is going to come down. I am curious, like, what is, so like ICOs are a big part of this too, right? Like they mentioned it in the speech. They want to enable ICOs. What does that mean for like our crypto native ICOs like LaunchCoin? Right? Are those going to the wayside? Maybe they'll bridge the gap over the next 12 months, you know, while all this all gets officialized. But I mean, if you see this and you're like a real company, I'm putting real company in quotes here. Like, are you going to launch on the Believe app, or are you going to wait to do it more formally with a framework?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would love for this to be fully legal in the States and you do it on your own. It's like obviously, like, we talk to lawyers all the time for everything we do. It's still a lot of hassle, bro. It's expensive. You know, we have a lot of legal work for anything we try to achieve behind the scenes, even on our end. So it's not easy. Anyways, what else you got for us here?
That was a big one. I think it was a big day for earnings. So the strategy earnings call was a big one, and there's going to be a lot to unpack from that. So record-breaking profitability. They report net income $10 billion. Again, I do think this was tied to a change in some accounting regulations. Their Bitcoin balance sheet, they hold 628,791, average cost of 73,000. So clearly doing very well. They announced the new capital raise via Strike STRC, $4.2 billion at the ATM offering. I think Decrypt wrote an article that said he's kind of going after retirees. So this is the dividend paying stock, right? That I think pays like 9% or something per month. I'd have to go back to the details. So they're working on how they can lean more into that product. And part of the reason is they also set these new MNAV guidelines. So he will not be selling any MicroStrategy stock below 2.5x MNAV.
Okay.
Multiple on their assets. Right now they're at like 1.77. And he said basically they'll sell between 2.5 and 4x, and above 4x they'll aggressively sell. Is basically what he said. I think the MicroStrategy bulls are taking this that they want to pump the stock price up and make it safer to invest in MicroStrategy without the dilution risk.
How did the stock react to all that yesterday? I didn't check that.
I mean, it's tricky because Bitcoin fell off a cliff too, right?
Yeah.
I think it is down this morning, but I think rebounding.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a wee bit. That's crazy, guys. 10 billion Q2. Dude.
Let's just all take it with a pinch of salt.
What do you mean?
Because this is just a mark to market of the Bitcoin, right? Like, I don't think it's anything new necessarily, and they're often doing some pretty creative accounting here. I don't know. I think I'm of the stats view that I don't know if like the jury is still out for me whether how this all ends. Let me put it that way.
He's getting into more riskier products, right?
Well, he just continues to finance himself at 10%. And I think that's not small. Like it's not debt. It's not debt. But there is a good chance that all that, if he can't issue more equity, like if he at some stage can't pay the pref dividends, it's not going to be a nice scenario for the common stock. You're going to get diluted for sure, in my opinion. I think if I was owning anything in MicroStrategy, I'd want to own the pref, basically, and I think the common is increasingly a risky trade for me.
It seems he's really leaning into this new Strike product and just I guess just new offerings, which are effectively just new financial engineering tactics, ways to raise capital.
I still do not understand why he wants to own so much Bitcoin. It's just like this, like.
What do you mean? What do you mean? How many chairs do you sit on?
It's digital capital.
100 million. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? Ripping lions buying Bitcoin? Like, is there anything else? Is there anything better than that in life?
This is no real benefit. This is the thing I just kind of get to on a per stock basis. Like, then if you just had, if you the same amount of Bitcoin, the stock price would be exactly the same. All he's adding here is, as he continues to buy more and more and more and more, is chances for this to go wrong. That's how I would simplify it, basically. Like, the stock price will not be affected by the amount of Bitcoin he owns if he continues to dilute by issuing shares to buy it. This is like an ETF. How an ETF works is, you give them money and they buy Bitcoin. That's basically what he's doing. He's issuing more shares, and the amount of assets they own then therefore gets devised by more and more shares. So the stock price isn't really affected by this. I just think it creates more chances for this to go wrong. You should stop buying.
So you want Michael said to stop buying Bitcoin?
Yeah.
You're quite a Sailor hater, huh? I've noticed that.
But he can't.
Oh.
Isn't he kind of trapped? That's a core part of Udi's thesis, and we had Udi on last week. But he basically is saying that like MicroStrategy stops working if he stops buying.
No. He could keep going. For sure. He probably wouldn't the stock price might. I shouldn't even know what the stock price would do. But if he said, I'm not going to buy Bitcoin for the next 2 years, I don't think necessarily means the stock goes down. Stock actually might go up on the back of that.
Well, what does that mean?
I mean, it wouldn't go below. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
What does that mean for pups?
Node monkeys were up 5% on the back of the news.
Of course.
What does that mean for?
Let's all go around and give our node monkeys targets here for into August.
No monkey to punk spread, I think, is where we're at.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I'm like really delayed now. Wow, that's crazy. Let's do the node monkey punk spread. I would love to have one. Actually, what are punks at with this dip? I'm curious. Man, can you get a punk? She get a punk.
Yeah, maybe I
down
should.
to 188, free, absolutely free.
Literally free, bro. Literally free. Though Mando wouldn't quite go for a floor punk, so he's not quite a floor guy. When's the last time you guys bought an NFT?
Me?
Yeah, either. I mean, actually, Tyler bought the.
I'm an active NFT trader these days.
Wow. When's the last time you bought an NFT, Mando?
I bought an NFT actually pretty recently. I'm just trying to remember when.
You bought a Moonbird on the show.
Yeah, I bought a Moonbird. That was it.
That's not recent.
In the last month.
That puts him in the top 1% of the most active NFT buyers in the world, but top 0.01%
Yeah.
probably.
Speaking
What
of
about you?
NFTs,
What about you?
I asked the questions on the show.
Oh, here we go.
I asked the questions on the show. You guys.
Exactly. Break out the milk. We need to get him back.
I may have to go buy a cool cat right now.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Has no one bought Cool Cats? And that feels like not a bad IP, right, to buy here.
Well, the IP is incredible. They should have, because they sold to this, like, you remember those the scary bunnies there? Future thing. And they bought there was this weird deal around the IP and all that. You're right. Like, the Cool Cats IP was always like, it was Cool Cats and Pudgy Penguins back then, right? That was big. Life was simpler when, like, the biggest drama on the time was like Cool Cats versus Pudgy Penguins. Life was so much simpler back then when I was like pouring milk on my head. And these things were 15 ETH. Yeah, they look. Oh, I know what the last NFT I bought is. And actually, when the fuck is a TGE, bro? Put 2 ETH in that bunny for Mega ETH. That's the last time I bought an NFT.
That barely even counts. That was like a ICO.
Well, where's the ICO part of it?
I mean, probably Q4 at the earliest.
Like, is Monad and Mega ETH ever going to TGE, you guys think?
What is going on with Monad? Can we talk about this for a while? Like, how is that not live at this stage? Like, I'm just like shocked.
No, I don't know. G Monad though, like it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen this next quarter.
G Monad, baby.
And yeah, speaking of NFTs, quickly, and then Tyler, go back to you. Good want to give a shout out to D's. Minted out a collection yesterday. He did NFTs with bad WTF, OpenSea, and on Ape Chain. I was away from keyboard and they sold out in 20 minutes. D's, can't believe you sold out in 20 minutes. Come on, lad. You're D's. You're him. Come on, get out of here. 20 minutes. Come on, dude. Come on. But these are actually pretty cool. So I do want to give him a shout out. And a few collections recently minted out, Tyler. Maybe you want to go there. So the Chill House collection, man, that reminds me of your comment. That was hilarious, by the way. So those are cool. And then I saw the Killer Acid did a collection.
Yeah, the Killer Acid NFTs. I'm blanking on their name. Trippy. No bad trippers.
I think I can find it.
They minted at 0.033.
These are
0.09.
Cool. These are fucking
so
cool.
Everyone's up on these. I think Little Acid Killer Acid, pretty widely loved.
Yeah.
Your positive sentiment.
Hell yeah.
I've got a few of his editions. I missed this mint, but yeah, it's doing well. And then Little Chillers. I said was the most important NFT collection.
What chain are they on? Are they on Solana?
They're on Solana. Yeah. And they're down because Solana NFT buyers just love to sell.
You should never mint the NFTs on Solana. Like, Bodoggos on ETH would be slapping right now, bro.
There are some good ones in here. It's a funny collection. I still stand by like the Chill House meme. I think is one of the better organic CT memes of 2025. It's not really reflected in price action.
These are good, guys.
Yeah,
these are good.
I've got like 5, so I'm indisclosed.
Oh, this motherfucker look like me. Look, he's got they got long hair fucking traits.
There's some good ones in there. Spend some time with it.
This is cool. These are great. So there's been like 3 collections minting out. Nowhere close to Euphoria, but like there's a lot of like action. on the NFT front because everybody knows it's much more fun. So you love to see that. I'm not too sure NFTs are doing too well right now, but that's obvious because we have a retracement across the board, but they're not also doing bad. Let's see where we're at in terms of floor prices. Well, Pudgy's 14.8 still strong.
Yeah, they're good.
Moonbird's 2. I guess Moonbird's a good dip to add if you have money to buy a bigger collection. No Bad Trippers, the Porno 7. These are really cool. Love that. Anyways, what else you got, Tyler?
Yeah, Coinbase earnings were also big. So they missed revenue 1.5 billion, expectations were 1.59. 26% year-over-year decline, driven by weaker trading activity. So I thought that was notable. Transaction revenue down 39% quarter-over-quarter. Subscription and services were up 9.5% year-over-year. The stock did fall on the back of this. I haven't checked it here yet this morning. I think for Q3 guidance, they also put out guidance below consensus. So perhaps expecting a weaker Q3 as well. So that's on the financial side. How is the stock doing here today? Do we know? 318.
318.
Oh, yeah. So it was at 440 a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we talked about yesterday at 380.
So, yeah, gap down there. Not great. They also, a couple other big announcements, though, from this. They announced they've been buying Bitcoin. So they're now actually a top 10 Bitcoin holder of all public companies. So that was fairly notable. And then the other, arguably the biggest, is they continue to build into this like everything app, everything exchange, tokenized real world assets, tokenized stocks, and then this new prediction market. So I don't know that we know a whole lot about it. It just feels like they're kind of going after the Robinhood model, right?
So
trade stocks, trade crypto, prediction markets. And I think they'll probably do it in a slower rollout. Like Robinhood only has like a handful of markets, right? Like they put out something for the Super Bowl, I think. They've had a handful of others. So I don't see them coming in and just like offering 50 markets and updating it on a
they could on the base app. So did they mean Coinbase is gonna like that's why I don't know. Is Coinbase native gonna have prediction markets or base app gonna have a prediction?
I think it's the base app.
So that's what it is. So it could definitely be bigger. Because the base app is much easier to implement prediction market as frames through Farcaster, for example. They should do it with us. Actually, I should probably reach out to someone at base. Do you guys think that Coinbase, so I was going to go there, it's really trying to be like very close to Robinhood. Like Robinhood's like really becoming that everything app for finances in America. So prediction markets, they did it first with Kalshi. IPOs, they did it first. Like they're giving people like they give the Figma stuff and they've done it for other IPOs like Circle. Do we think Coin is kind of like playing catch up with Robinhood here?
I think so, yes. I think it's pretty clear. I think what might be unclear is how long they've wanted to do this. It's clear that this new pro-crypto U.S. administration is making this easier. And I think we've noticed Coinbase accelerating in 2025. I think that's pretty objectively true. They're leaning into what they're doing with the creator tokens on Zora. They're listing more tokens, and now they're leaning in more to this app and more offerings. So it's this broader trend to me of just the merging or like taking down the barriers between TradFi and crypto, and you're just going to be able to do everything in one app. But it does make me curious. Like when you can trade stocks and crypto side by side, is that neutral? Is it bullish crypto or is it bullish stocks?
Yeah.
I think my lean historically has just been because of how unbalanced the capital is, how much more capital there is in stocks that would lean bullish crypto, but I don't know. I think we'll need to see how that plays out.
Yeah. I don't know. Ben, do you have any opinions on that?
I think I prefer Robinhood stock to Coinbase stock.
It feels like there's more momentum, right?
Just I think there's slightly less baggage. Don't know how to describe it. I'm still not fully into this whole like coin everything thing, but I like them both. But I think I prefer Robinhood stock to Coinbase stock.
I agree with you there. I think the wild card for Coinbase, and I've given my fair share of bearish takes, mostly on the foundation that I believe that the traditional banking players are all going to have their own crypto shops. But what we've seen in the past few weeks is that they're building crypto shops in partnership with Coinbase. So like PNC, I think was the one that announced that they're using Coinbase's crypto as a service to stand up their custody shop, and now all the announcements out of JP Morgan in the past week.
True. That's true.
So if TradFi getting into crypto means via Coinbase products, I think that's bullish coin.
Yeah, you're right.
If it's them doing it on their own, I think it's bearish.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of stocks, guys, have you seen this Figma open?
Oh God, everything's sold off as traders race to accumulate capital to buy Figma stock.
Dude, this is insane. I mean, this thing opened at what?
The IPO was
$30?
33. Yeah.
So can I ask you guys something? Because I read some tweets about this. Maybe Mando, maybe you know more, but actually, Tyler, you kind of worked in that thing. How come all these companies are ICOing so low? And clearly the market wants them way more. Like Figma left, like, I read something like $80. It was like $3 billion off the table. So 125 is way more than this. Like, who's fucking them? Or are they getting, like, what's going on there? I don't know nothing about this.
Figma's an interesting story, right? Figma was nearly bought and then it didn't happen. And I forget who nearly bought Figma. Who was it? Let me go back. Was it Adobe?
It was Adobe, I think, that tried to buy. It was like, it's their biggest competitor, right?
Yeah, and then they abandoned it. So they abandoned it at 20 billion. They were going to buy it at. So then they took it public. So I think there's probably like some anchorage there to like that level they wanted to be, like the level it wanted to come at, and it came at 19 billion, I think. So it's just pretty funny, yeah. But I think this is just a sign of where we are, kind of just in broader markets, right? But it's all-time highs, crypto's ripping, altcoins are ripping, even NFTs are ripping. Yeah, you're going to start to see IPOs like double, triple on the open.
There's also, like, I think a super bullish scenario. I think I saw ICO write about this, but how, like, so we're seeing some sell-offs, but like everything leads towards risk on in the traditional markets because earnings were beat everywhere. Like, I have a hard time thinking Wall Street, that's up a gazillion on everything, is feeling bearish. I don't know.
It just feels like a cool off, right? Like if you look back at the SPX since the Liberation Day sell-off, we've been up only since April.
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, nothing goes straight up in a straight line forever. So it seems like a cool off into Q4. We'll see. I think the wild card is what's going to happen with these September cuts now.
Too late, Powell. Too late, Powell. It's going to cut. Or we're going to send Mando. Actually, Mando should be Fed chair. Mando, would you be Fed chair if you were asked to be?
I think you probably have to be American. I'm not actually sure if there's a rule about that. Did
you guys know something? You want to know a fun fact about Trump? He could technically become the prime minister of the UK, Mando.
How so?
Yeah.
Did Callie do that?
His grandparents, I believe, are Scottish.
He's like a lord.
So I think he can probably get some form of a UK. I don't know if he has a UK passport, but he probably could.
He's a descendant of like a lord in Scotland or some shit. Bro, he literally in the UK, he was the one hosting the prime minister. Did you guys see that? In his place. That was crazy. Speaking of Trump, we got more tariffs yesterday. On Swiss watches and a bunch of other stuff. We'll see what happens there. But August 1st is August 1st. And so that happened. I don't know why people were surprised, but we kind of had that. And then I don't know what else, Tyler, but it seems like we've kind of gone around it.
Have you been following the watch indexes? You're definitely a watch guy, right?
Yeah.
That's another signal that we're not topped.
Oh yeah.
Yet, right? Like the Rolex index is not even close to all-time highs. It's like 40% off.
Dude, these watches are like way low right now. Like a lot of those, like Rolex, Patek, AP, some niche watches are up a lot, obviously, like RM and stuff. But a lot of these watches aren't. Actually, Tyler, Mando, you kind of collect wine and stuff. Like, how's your wine stuff going right now? Is it still lower or is wine ripping?
Wine's not doing that well. It hasn't been for the last 3 years. It's doing better over the last few months. Let me put it that way.
down.
and
only,
whiskey's
though.
been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So
But niche, right? I feel like niche is doing well. Like watches are down. Actually, 6 months, 3 months up a bit. I don't know.
I have two views on this.
What's your views?
My view is that the value of handmade, like very rare or valuable items is going to go up quite a lot, particularly collector's items. But I also think we're probably in a world where income inequality goes up, and potentially even like population dynamics mean that like the second and third layer of luxury goods, I don't think will do that well. So I think like the top fucking Pateks will do well. But I actually think that we're in a world where, like, if you've got a mid-tier luxury watch, I think that, and I think this for a lot of collectibles, they're not going to do that well. So
you gotta really dig in what you're buying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather own even if you could just own a fraction, I'd rather own a fraction of something really rare in that category rather than owning just a Rolex.
Yeah.
Like
well, you got, even the Rolex, like the vintage market is popping off like crazy. By the way, popping, like the vintage market is hot because you have big
right. So I would really focus on like very rare, like the most rare items
vintage
will continue to go higher, basically.
Yeah, I mean it's true. I mean this is the one that we bought a bunch of in December before we topped the market, and then we lost like 10% of them right away because that's what Matt was talking about. It's like the entry level mid watch. It's actually up 10% this past month. I didn't know that. So it's kind of back to where we bought it, but it was down. And then like the top ones are kind of up the most. But look at this, like the top. A lot of these are, yeah, it really depends. But you're right, Tyler. I do think this is one of the things to pay attention to, like price of wine, real estate, watches, like the luxury goods, etc. Actually, LVMH stock is getting hammered. Bernard Arnault went from richest man in the world to like 8th or 7th. That's getting hammered. So people are kind of like calling bullshit on that luxury stuff.
I think the core part of the thesis, I mean, Mano nailed it. It's the increase of AI and robotics. You're not going to want goods created by a robot. So fine crafted personal goods are going to go up scarce. I think it's also the same core thesis for CryptoPunks. You're going to have infinite digital assets. The grail scarce ones are going to go up.
Yeah.
Punks to 1 million.
Yeah, Punk's to 1 million, bro. I mean, Punk's doing good. You know, if you compare it to watches and everything else. Punks, penguins, like these things, you know, they laughed about our NFTs, but a lot of them are holding better than that side of the market. Anyways, Farcoin Friday. Happy Farcoin back to $1 to those who celebrate. Next time we're gonna go 160. Man, it's gonna be like Farouk. I'm not gonna sell. You're just gonna work out. You're not gonna sell? No, dude. Fuck this shit. I have my fucking. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. $10. Code it. We're doing it. I have not sold a single Farcoin in months, by the way.
We're back over $1. It's green. Leading indicator.
Yes. We did like 50% before everybody else, but that's fine. We're the indicator. We're the VIX. Farcoin, I read that on the timeline. Farcoin is the new VIX. You know? It's the new you. Anyways, with that being said, why don't we give some money away to someone? The code today was Friday. We showed him on the man, this is like mass tweeting. He must be really up right now. This code was Friday. You got to be on video to see it most of the times. You know how to spell it. It's Timothy. Let's give away some money. This time is different. Karina, yeah, female winner. Love that. That's what it sounds like. Karina.
Female Friday.
Female Farcoin Friday. What's the username, Tim? What's the username? Let's see the username here. Rena Zucky. Rena Zucky, is she here? Is she with us? Rena Zucky, let me open it. Let me open Degenz stream because we have a little lag usually. Reminder to subscribe to our awesome stream with 716 followers. Let's fucking go, lads. Let's go. Karina Zuckerberg. Rena Zucky. Is she with us? Is she with us? Either on Spaces or on the thing. Do you see her, Sims? I don't think I see her. That would really suck.
Trying to at her in the chat, and the name's not popping up in the chat.
Rena
No!
Come on. Let's give her like.
Check the space as well.
I see. Rena Zucky. I see a comment. I see a comment. She wrote yes.
There we go.
Something.
There we go. All right, we're good.
Right.
We're good.
We're good. All right, bet. Well, Rena Zucky, congratulations. Don't worry, you don't even need to be active because it's just Farcoin Friday, so we're doing coin race for you. So there you go. Whoops, wrong screen. Casino yeet 300 million yeet. All right. Ooh, tier matching program. By the way, Mendo, was there something we're meant to show here, like our ref code thingy competition?
Next month, we're part of a competition. This show is part of a 16-person bracket tournament.
Okay, we gotta be talking.
Where can we see this? So it's
so
August,
on
right?
Monday, you're going to work out who you're up against. Actually, I think we might announce on Sunday. And it's like every single week, it's a head-to-head bracket. So we've got to beat whoever we're facing.
So basically, as long as we don't get Wiz, we're all right.
We're gonna fuck Wiz up. We're gonna fuck Wiz up as well.
It's going to be a randomized pairing. So let's see where we end up.
Let's make it randomized.
Can we go up against Rec Radio, please?
Put us against it. So it's randomized pairing, 16 people, and it's whoever brings the most volume.
Yeah, Degenz built the website. It's going to be called Built for Big Moments. There's going to be a range of different stuff as well. So like we're doing prizes for affiliates, we're doing prizes for clips. If you send in clips of you like doing a big moment on YEET, we're giving out $6,000 of prizes a week, and then we're doing extra bonuses. So if you get any of the highest multipliers for the week, you're getting $1,000 bonus as well.
All right.
So a bunch of different things.
Well, there you go. Love to hear that. So that's August, this month.
That starts August 4th. So yeah, on Monday.
All right, let's go.
Down. Oh,
Right.
Ethereum wins.
I didn't ask her. Rena Zucky, which coin do you want besides Farcoin?
Roll the dice.
It has to be. Wait, we can't wager more? This is broken.
BTC.
Oh, this is broken. 125 don't click.
Are we out of money in the account?
No,
He
it's
said,
$5,000.
no. Oh, you
You're
need
up
to.
money in the account.
Wait. My bad.
We gotta pray that Farcoin doesn't win.
Yeah, just don't watch this one. Don't watch this one.
Don't watch this one. All right,
It's
which
gone.
one does she want? Which one did she say? She said BTC.
BTC and farm.
Well, let's pray that
Hold on, I
BTC.
need to add money to you quickly.
No, we have money. Don't add. We have.
You have money?
I was on the. Yeah, we have.
Ethereum wins.
Perfect.
Come on. Come on.
All right, so
I was on the wrong.
Big multiplier.
Place your bets.
Oh, 2.59 on Bitcoin. Yeah, you like that.
Low multiplier.
48x for it.
Let's go. Let's get a Farcoin hit. Come on, man. Farcoin Friday.
Jim Ty says, let's fart.
Damn.
Run it.
400 million. Damn.
News.
Soul's out.
All right, that'll do.
Ow, dude.
We're doing good here.
Come on.
Why me?
All right.
Come on.
What? No way. Oh, come on.
Twice in a row? 2 Ethereum wins?
We're going to get one of these. I know.
Mendo wins
Oh,
again.
what's today? God.
Obrigado. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
We have been, I have to say though, we have been rinsing the casino lately, so I don't feel that bad because we've been winning a lot. Like we won 3K on Tuesday, 2K. Like we've been hitting the casino. Not me personally. I lost another $2,000 yesterday on YEET, but it's okay. You know what I'm really good at? Risky click.
Yeah.
But then I lose it online. I love risky click. I really love risky. Anyways,
it's like a multiplier, right? It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, we're Friday, so same question I always ask: higher or lower on Monday?
Higher.
There you go, Tyler.
Yeah, I think higher. Our Altcoins telling us the way.
We need to go scream at the lake thing. So they send us a video. If you live close by, can you just or pass by it? Can you just go check if it's real for me? Like,
I don't anymore.
Okay.
I don't live downtown anymore. But
there you go. Love that. Love that. Tyler moved to Indianapolis, just so you guys know. And with that, we'll see you all Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of From Our on Rock Radio. Let's go.